All hell is breaking loose throughout the United States as Donald Trump's goons, his Gestapo, his ICE agents are disappearing migrants, assaulting migrants, attacking migrants and United States citizens, not just in the streets, but in courtrooms, in court buildings, at their homes. And if a United States citizen looks like they could be a migrant, a pregnant lady with brown skin, it doesn't matter. They get pushed to the ground as they experience horrific trauma. I want to show you everything that went down, from ICE agents bragging about separating little children in a courtroom after a judge's order said, you don't do that. And they said, we're taking this one. Ha ha ha. We are separating them. Or going into the home of United States citizens, arresting a family in front of their own children, or ICE putting the fear of death into children as they attack workers in front of children who are there just at a place of business watching. And then I want to talk about the story of Andre Hernandez Romero. Do you remember him? He's the gay barber from Venezuela who the Trump regime sent to Sikot, the concentration camp. Well, we've now learned horrific details about what went down there. He was sexually assaulted by multiple prison guards and family members of prison guards at that Sikot facility while they laughed and mocked him and sexually assaulted and abused him. Now, fortunately, he's been released and he's now with his family, but he's told these horrific stories. And as of course, you know, we have concentration camps now throughout the United States like Alligator Alcatraz, where the Trump regime jokes about feeding migrants to alligators to have their bodies ripped to shreds. This is what it means to live in the United States right now. So no wonder tourism is basically totally dropping. No wonder the world is looking at the United States like it's North Korea. So anytime Donald Trump likes to brag and say, oh, there are 0 border crossings. Well, you know where else there are 0 border crossings, Donald? In freaking North Korea, because nobody wants to go there. And the United States, once a proud and vibrant tourist destination, is now viewed as a fascist regime. And it is a sad sight to see as an American. But as long as I have this power of this microphone right here, I'm going to shed light on these stories, like this story right here. As ICE detains a Haitian family despite the judge's order, and they separate the children from their family. You guys are taking all the kids down there? Yeah, we're just getting one of them. We're separating them. Ha ha ha. I think you can just separate them out now. I'll take them. Shackle the children. Load them into the vans. Watch what happens. Here, play this clip.
Take them all in there? Huh? Want to take them all in there? All right. Yeah, let's take them all in the stair room. Oh, hey, with todos? Get the room. We just want the one of them. We're going to separate them. In there. Take them to the
You only go down to 10?
You guys are taking all the kids down there?
Yeah, we're just getting one of them. We're just separating them.
I mean, I think you can separate them out now and I'll take them down to 10.
We'll take them down to 10.
That's great.
Now I want to show you this one. ICE raids a Florida family home. They arrest United States citizen, mother, and her children. The daughter answered the door. Agents pointed guns and stormed in. They took all of us. But they're not supposed to. We said, we're American citizens. And the ICE agent says, we don't care at all. She and her brother were arrested. They were forced to wear ankle monitors, and they were treated as though they were, worse than if they were like animals. And this is how ICE is treating migrants right now, by the way. Play this clip. And U.S. citizens alike. Play the clip.
This is security video from a home on 41st Street in Tampa, as Homeland Security investigators and ICE agents came to take Marvin Caceres into custody.
When they came, they were saying to open the door and all that. And they tried to grab him, and they started pointing guns at him.
Brenda Lis Fuentes was inside the home as authorities came to arrest her stepfather.
They took all of us. We're not supposed to. We're American citizens. They took all of us.
She and her brothers were born in America and are American citizens. They were arrested anyway.
They flipped my beds over like if they were looking for drugs. They didn't have no warrant. They had no reason to come inside my house.
The family says authorities did not have warrants, but when their mother came outside, things took a turn for the worse. According to a criminal complaint, Mary Vasquez Cruz came outside with a pot over her head and tried to hit the officers.
She says she remembers going out with a pot, but with eggs inside it. But in no moment she hit no one with the pot.
Authorities also arrested Alfredo, charging him with assaulting federal agents.
They just pointed guns at us in our face. They told us to open the door. If not, they were going to break it down. They didn't have no warrant.
This next clip I want to show you as the ICE Gestapo go and arrest all of these hardworking people at this facility. And a dad is there with his child, and the child is looking at ICE arresting all of these workers, men and women, people who don't have criminal records at all. And then the child's like, are they going to shoot me, daddy? Are they going to shoot me, daddy? Why is everybody in handcuffs? And the dad's like, look, these are bad people, ICE agents. They're harming our friends. Those workers are our friends. And the child goes, Daddy, people in handcuffs are our friends. Yes, son, they're our friends. Oh my God, he's got a gun. Is he pointing a gun at me? Here, take a look. This is what happened. Play this clip.
Actually, can you hold the door? Yep.
We're friends with Air.
Why is everybody in handcuffs?
Because these are bad people that are harming our friends. The people in handcuffs are our friends.
The people in handcuffs are our friends?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Don't follow closely, sir.
Oh, I can film.
You can film, absolutely. You can't follow us, though.
Just don't. I see somebody with a gun. I just don't want them to shoot me or something. I'm
Oh,
going
we're going to shoot you, sweetheart.
Oh, it looks scary. You're hurting people here. Hey, you all, don't sign anything. Don't sign anything. Don't sign anything, okay? Don't sign anything. We'll get you guys help. Ayuda is on the way here, okay?
Okay. Yeah, I promise.
Don't sign anything. Don't sign anything, all right?
Don't sign. You can do it. Dad's friends.
You guys gonna start going?
Now, here is a pregnant Latina woman who was wrongfully detained, United States citizen, during ICE raids in LA. Play this clip.
But you're from Mexico, right? And I'm like, no, I'm from here. And like, I was born here. Here, where's here? What are you talking about? Where exactly is here? I'm like, here, the US, Los Angeles. They put us in chains. So I had a chain from my hands and under my belly that went all the way to my legs. Every now and then, like, fix my hands because I felt like I would be putting too much pressure because the chain went under my belly.
Agents eventually releasing Carrie after she said she started feeling pain around her belly. She raced to the hospital where she started having contractions, she believes, from the stress of what happened. 4 days later, she delivered a healthy baby girl. Her boyfriend, the baby's father, is Brian Alexander Barrera, undocumented from Guatemala. Carrie says he is now being held at a detention facility in Texas.
Now, you know the story of Andre Hernandez Romero. We've covered him a lot here on the MeidasTouch Network. The innocent barber, makeup artist, imprisoned without trial for 4 months in El Salvador's concentration camp by the Trump administration. Fortunately, he's free. He was wrongfully accused by a crooked cop of being a gang member, crooked ICE agent, of being a gang member because his mom and dad tattoos. They said, oh, you're Tren de Aragua because you have a mom and dad tattoo. He got no due process. He was sent there. And now we learned the horrors of what happened to him. As Andrew Kaczynski explains, the U.S. government sent a totally innocent man to be raped in a foreign gulag. And the United States of America doesn't care about it under the Trump regime. The Trump regime mocks it. The Trump regime laughs at it. The Trump regime gaslights and says, oh, you trained de Aragua. The Washington Post reports that Andre Hernandez, the gay makeup artist who entered the U.S. legally via the CBP-1 app, was sexually assaulted by guards in the torture chamber at CCOT. Some detainees attempted suicide by tying sheets around their necks or using rusted pipes to cut their veins. Disobeying rules proved costly. When Hernandez head ached from the heat, he tried to cool down by bathing. He forgot to tell his friends to watch for guards. Get up, you piece of shit, an officer told him. He said he was taken to La Isla, where a tiny hole in the ceiling provided only a needle of light and almost no air. 4 men entered and began touching him with their clubs, putting them between his legs. One forced Hernandez to perform oral sex on him, he said. Basolto said Hernandez returned to the cell in tears and told him what had happened. He and other detainees offered to speak up to the prison staff, but he urged them not to. He feared it would provoke officers to attack us even more. I just want you to think about how ghastly and disgusting it is that he couldn't even breathe. He couldn't breathe in the condition except for a tiny hole. And then he was forced to, he was raped and he was forced to perform oral sex in the one place that he could breathe. This is what the United States is doing to human beings. This is what the Trump regime is freaking doing. And again, this is not in my view, this should never be a Democrat issue, a Republican issue, an independent issue, a red or a blue issue. This should be a good versus evil issue. It's that freaking simple to me. And that's pure evil. How is this happening in the name of the red, white, and blue? It makes me so sad to see this, but I'll keep doing my best to shed light on this. This is from the AFP news agency about the Venezuelan makeup artist returning home from the brutal Salvadoran prison. Hear what he has to say. Play this clip.
El 23 de mayo del 2024 salí de mi casa con una maleta llena de sueños, con sueños de ayudar a mi pueblo, de ayudar a mi familia, pero lastimosamente esa maleta de sueños se convirtió en una maleta de pesadillas, una pesadilla que pensé que nunca iba a terminar. Por esas 2 coronas fueron los que el señor Arturo Torres me vinculó como miembro principal del Tren de Aragua.
Now, here is a clip of ICE raids in the LA Fashion District again, this time with the cooperation of the LAPD. Play this clip. Next up, I want to show you hat tip to the Real Deal, real estate company, a real estate media company. They do coverage of real estate deals. I think it's important you hear what's going on, and you can follow the Real Deal also. They talk about how it's harming the real estate industry. It's killing the U.S. construction industry. So take it from these people, right? They're experts in real estate. Here's what they have to say about what's happening. Play this clip.
ICE is terrifying construction workers, regardless of their immigration status, and it's having an impact on the already shaky construction industry. One of our reporters has been spending time with the day laborers who have made South Florida's construction boom possible. The workers he talked to outside of Home Depot in Hialeah told him that fewer and fewer contractors are coming back, and their job opportunities are drying up. And at our event in LA last month, architect Chris Poziel told the audience that he was seeing a shortage of skilled workers over the last 5 years. He called that a punch in the stomach for the industry. Construction sites are top targets for ICE agents, and even workers with proper documentation don't feel safe. In the Florida Keys, 6 Nicaraguan roofers, all with proper work papers, were abducted and shipped off for deportation hearings following a traffic stop. In Tallahassee, in May, ICE agents swept several construction sites and detained more than 100 people suspected of being undocumented. In reality, just 6 of them were. Roni Carballo, a union representative for the International Union of Painters and Allied Trades, described the case of a Cuban journeyman painter who has been a legal permanent resident for over a decade, who was scooped up when he arrived to a military-based job in Tampa and is set to be deported to a third country. The industry is already grappling with the effects of high interest rates and the looming threat of tariffs. The ethical concerns are obviously huge, but the economic ones are also very real, especially considering that President Trump ran on a platform of economic relief. Peter Daiga, the CEO of the Associated Builders and Contractors Florida chapter, said that the unpredictability in the workforce could blow the entire business model out of the water. In Los Angeles, according to Jameson CEO Jamie Lee, there are construction sites around town where nobody is showing up to work, so they're closing them down, despite the fact that the city of LA itself says it needs 456,000 new units. Instead, she said, they're at their lowest construction starts in 13 years. A study released last week estimates that construction lags due to lack of skilled labor results in about $11 billion of economic costs annually, and is responsible for about 19,000 homes that cannot be built every year. The skilled labor shortage accounts for about a 2-month delay for the average project in the country, with the shortage hitting smaller home builders harder. This delay results in an average additional cost of more than $2,500 per single-family home. President Trump seemed to acknowledge these raids as tolls on industries such as farming and hospitality in a Truth Social post on June 12th. He appeared to suggest a compromise, but a few weeks after the statement, no such changes have come, but the ICE raids and the uncertainty remain.
Now also, at least 9 U.S. citizens have been taken into custody of agents with ICE or U.S. Customs Border Protection in the LA area recently, based on recent raids. Here is how CapitalandMaine.com reports on it. Here, play this clip.
Several United States citizens have been detained and held in immigration detention centers since federal agents descended onto Los Angeles' streets in early June. Hope Garcia was taken into custody at Home Depot in Hollywood on June 9th and held in federal prison for several hours without charges.
The first thought that came was like, this is probably what George Floyd felt. Like, he had their knee on his neck.
That sounds really scary.
That it was, because I started to feel like there was some sort of interruption in my breathing pattern. And fortunately, they got me up. But yeah, that was a very scary situation.
Are they permitted to do that? Absolutely not. It represents, in my experience, and I've been doing this a long time, the most serious abuse of power with respect to law enforcement in immigration operations.
Capital and Maine has documented 9 citizens who were taken into custody by agents with ICE or U.S. Customs and Border Protection in the LA area since June 6th. 2 are facing federal charges. The ongoing raids have even drawn the criticism of 6 California Republican state legislators who sent a letter to President Donald Trump asking for ICE and the Department of Homeland Security to change course.
No one wants to be caught up in the pathway of those raids because it could compromise the family as a whole.
The Department of Homeland Security said in a statement to Capital and Maine that threats or acts of violence toward law enforcement officers will not be tolerated. Secretary Noem has made it clear, if you threaten or attempt to harm a law enforcement officer, we will find you and prosecute you to the fullest extent of the law. Attorney Ernest Herrera, who is representing Hope Garcia, says the federal government's actions go against American values.
And it looks more like the behavior of a crackpot military dictatorship in a different country. But it's here, so we can't really say this is foreign. This is happening right now in our country.
And here a new video shows a close-up view of ICE agents slamming a young woman's face in the ground during an arrest in a neighborhood raid. Here, play this clip.
Oh, they're taking her baby.
Well, there you have it, folks. Let me know what you think. We'll keep you posted every step of the way. These are hard videos for me to do. I know they're hard videos to watch, but we can't look away. We can't cover our eyes. We can't cover our ears to the reality of what is happening. It is pure evil. It is pure fascism. It is the height of torture and ghoulishness with this despicable, vile, trash, fascist regime here in the United States. Sad. Anyway, hit subscribe. Let's get to 6 million. Thanks for watching.
Love this video? Continue the conversation by following us on Instagram @MeidasTouch and help us blow past 1 million followers.